So we're going to do this Bowie technique of having a close mic for the vocals and also having a room mic which only opens. It's going to have a gate on it and it'll only open up, the sound will only come through when we hit loud notes. So we've got close mic, room mic. I've got two mics going into the interface. The close mic is going into input 1. Room mic is going into input 2. Let's just set the gain. So I think this interface has suddenly stopped again. It's very strange. Something, yeah, keeps dropping out. That's odd. Let's just re-plug this in. For some reason the interface keeps turning itself off. Maybe a problem with the USB or something. Is it coming back in? No. Ah, there we go, it's woken up again. Great, so close mic, just check that, that looks like an okay level. And the room mic, let's have a look there. Record enable both of them. Let's bring the gain up on the room mic. Woo! 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 I'm having to turn the gain up full, up all the way up to 10, because I'm quite a long way away from that mic. It's also a dynamic mic, which means it's not very sensitive, so it needs a lot of juice to get it in there. But that's good. I've got two levels now. Let's record a bit of this. I'm not going to sing, so I'm just going to do a little bit of normal sort of loudness talking, and then every now and again we'll just do a woo, kind of louder things, because we're going to try and get the gate to only open on the room mic when I shout loudly. So let's see if that works. Whoop! Whoop! One more time. Whoop! And let's see. Sound like a... We'll just do a kind of louder things, because we're going to try and get the gate to only open. Right, so there's our close mic. Sounds close, right? And then let's have a listen to the room mic. I'm not going to sing, so I'm just going to do a little bit of normal sort of loudness talking. Sounds like a room mic. It's got a lot of the room sound, particularly when we hit the loud note coming up. Again, we'll just do a woo! So we get a lot of air in that room mic. It doesn't sound great for the quiet talking, but what it does is lets those loud sounds really breathe and they blossom out, sort of thing. We don't want this room mic on all the time though. So we're going to gate it. So on the room mic channel, let's put a noise gate on. Dynamics, noise gate. And let's set the threshold so that it remains closed until it hits these loud ones. And now again, we'll just do a woo! Kind of louder. Threshold is set too high or too low at the moment. I can still hear my speaking voice. And then every now and again, we'll just... What do I need to do? let's try it. Let's bring the threshold. You mean go that way?
No, the other way.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Let's raise the threshold. So, and have a listen to the speaking, because hopefully what we want is there to be no speaking here. So the gate remains closed. The little light there is lit, and it only lights there, opens up, and we only hear it when we hear that sound. Normal sort of loudness talking. We're right on the edge there, you can see. So we still need to be higher. So let's go up. Rewind it a bit. Oh, still some things triggering it. Cool, that's staying closed. Woo! Great, and it's opening for just that thing. Let's just see if it remains closed and then opens up. So it's a little bit too high now. We're kind of losing that, and there's another word there that's being lost. So let's bring that down a touch. Okay. Touch more. Okay. It's chopping. It's going a bit too much. I want to bring the threshold lower, but I don't want. Oh, there's a louder bit there. We might just need to chop that. Woo! Okay, this little bit here, where I'm saying loudly, but it's kind of, because it's right on the edge, I'm going to slow the release down. Hopefully what it will also give us is a longer tail on the woo! Woo! Let's turn up the hold as well. Cool. Let's try that, mixing it in with the close mic. I'm not going to sing, so I'm just going to do a little bit of normal sort of loudness talking, and then every now and again we'll just do a woo! Kind of louder things, because we're going to try and get the gate to only open. Still opening a little bit there, so bring that up. So let's see if that works. One more time. So you can see it's kind of working there. We might need to edit it. It's hard to hear in this room because, of course, the reverb is the same as the reverb we're hearing in the room. So it's difficult to hear between the natural reverberation of the room and the one that we've recorded. But in a studio, that will be really obvious in effect. And it's quite a nice effect. It's something that is always worth doing with vocals. If you have a really dynamic vocal part and there's some really loud bits, it can be too much having it very dry. But in quiet bits, often you need it to be a bit dry because it wants to be a little bit more close and intimate sounding. So this technique might be a nice technique that you can use, and you only bring in the room in the choruses or something like that. So that was it, just using 2 mics. They used 3 mics and set the gates dependent on for the different mics so that it would gradually open each one as it got louder. It's the same sort of thing. You would just have 3 mics going in with gates set so that they would open up at a certain point. And of course, for them, they had to get it right at the recording stage because they were recording it all down onto one track. Once it's recorded, they couldn't change it. We're pretty lucky with Logic. We've got unlimited tracks almost, so but you can still use the same idea, same technique.